Now, obviously, we're not now, but Kim, were you surprised when you won the Disney Teacher of the Year award in 2000?
Absolutely. Absolutely extraordinarily surprised. I'm very, very honored. And at the time, I was teaching at an incredible public school with teachers who I felt were far better teachers than I. And so, I took the whole award as being something that I wasn't the best teacher in the country, but rather I was there to have the honor to represent the best in each of us. And
Wow.
that's kind of how I looked at it. And I was fortunate to receive all these awards, but what I've learned is that, you can put those on a shelf and feel real good about yourself, but what is the purpose of that? I take the opportunity to have won those awards as maybe if it gives me a voice, if it gives me a voice in some way where people will listen, then I take that very seriously. So I have to use that voice to do the best I know to make a change in education.
Sure. And beyond the teacher, what is your message to those who aren't in the classroom every day? Obviously, education has multiple facets, multiple levels of people. Beyond the teacher, what is your message to those who aren't in the classroom? The bus drivers, the counselors, the administrators, the lunch staff that serve the food. What is your message to them?
Even people who aren't in the education profession, when I talk, sometimes I'll talk to groups, with businesses and things like that. I think that it's really important that all of us realize that we all want to be significant. We all want to know we make a difference in this world. We all want to know that we matter. And sometimes, even though we know all the things that we should be doing in our career, we know all the strategies we should try or all the skill set we should have, we're too broken to do it. Life gets in the way. There are people out there who are challenged with going through divorces and sick children and children making poor decisions and parents and health issues. And there's all these different things that all of us bring to the table every day in whatever profession we choose. And so, I talk to teachers a lot about some of the struggles that I have had and personal struggles and things I've gone through in my life and the overriding things that brought me through that. And one of them being this sense of, if I make my life about lifting up others, about supporting others, I actually pull myself out of those difficult times. And I think that's a real important message that resonates with anyone, no matter what your career, whatever your profession, whatever facet of the education world or any world that you are a part of.
Excellent. Now, there's some very exciting things going on in the world of Kim Bearden right now.
Yes.
Hence, on the day off, you are at school, Kim, and as much as you can talk about it, I know you're probably working on it yourself. Kim, you're working on a new book right now, which is so exciting. And any teacher who's ever heard you speak, I'm sure, is just dying to get their hands on your book. Can you tell us a little bit about that, or as much as you can at all?
Yes, I'm very excited. The book should be out about this time next year, I'm hoping. I do have, it will be published by Free Press, which is a division of Simon & Schuster.
Good.
And my book, it was kind of an interesting evolution because there have been some books written about our school, and Ron wrote a book recently about our school, and it was 101 things we do in our school. So the joke became, if he's written 101 things, what's left to write about?
Right.
And I started to really think about when teachers come here, when educators come, the conversations that I have with them. And the conversations they have with me are, what if I know that I'm supposed to do all these things, but I don't really have it in me right now to do it? What if I'm so overwhelmed? What if I'm tired? I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a sister, I'm caring for my parents. All these different things are going on. How do I go into that classroom and give it what I need to do and need to give? And so it kind of started to evolve from that. And like I said, I've had numerous personal challenges in my life too. And so I thought, what have I learned from that? How is it that I'm able to be here every day full of passion, that enthusiasm, that excitement for life? And I try to share with teachers what those kind of techniques and not really secrets, but life lessons. I'm getting older. I'm 46 years old now, and so I've been doing this for 25 years. I've been in the education arena. So a lot of stories, but every story has a lesson learned, a message learned about being a teacher, about being a wife, about being a single parent for quite some time, about being a mother, all the different facets of things that all of us have had to go through in different kinds of forms.
If there's anybody that I would want to hear how to be a good teacher from, it would be from you. Next question, have you ever spent an entire day teaching on high heels?
Yes, that's I'm kind of known for that.
Which then, if the answer is yes, that puts you on a whole different level of.
It makes me much taller when I teach. So there's actually there's a YouTube video of our staff. We actually did this step show, and if you don't know what step shows, like a lot of the African American fraternities do these step shows, and we actually did that on the first day of school for our students. But it was so funny because the comment was there I was in my 4-inch heels doing the step show.
That's good. That's good.
But yes, I do teach in my high heels. It makes me feel more powerful.
Very good, very good. And then what is the longest day of teaching that you've ever had?
Well, I'm here every day about 12, 13 hours because
wow.
Because we have after school programs and things like that. And all of our teachers aren't here every day 12, 13 hours. But Ron and I, because in addition to being the educators, the teachers here, we are actually administrators as well. And I guess that's an important piece here is that not only am I an administrator, I'm in the classroom every day, so I understand those challenges that educators have. And I teach the first couple of years we opened, Ron and I taught all four grade levels every day and was an administrator, and it about killed me. So I will say that was really tough because I would do that and after school programs and things like that. But I now teach 2 grade levels a day, which is a more manageable thing for me to do. But I will say that I do have a memory when you asked me that. My very first year of teaching, it was the day before Christmas break, and teachers everywhere understand how stressful that is. And it was the last period of the day, and I remember standing out in the hall, and I was having just the hardest time. And I remember tears in my eyes, thinking I've got to go in there for one more hour. And I remember that my principal actually walked down the hall, and he said, "Are you ready for break?" I said, "I've got one more class period." And he said, "Are you tired?" And I said, "I'm exhausted." He said, "Let me come in and teach your class." And he actually walked in and he stood up in front of the board, and he was an art teacher, and he did this whole thing and had all these kids doing these winterscapes for Christmas. And it was the neatest thing. It gave me so much respect for him because he saw that I was struggling, and he went in there and he made it a beautiful lesson, and it was kind of a special time that we shared. So that just kind of popped to my head when you asked me that.
Well, good. Well, we thank him and all the millions of teachers that have been positively affected by your message for him to do that. Last question. Do you prefer going out to a busy, crowded movie theater or sitting at home warm, snugly on a couch to read a book?
Warm, snugly on a couch to read a book because I don't feel like I'm home very often, and so to be there is my very favorite place with a fire blazing in the fireplace.
Yes.
Even watching movies at home is fun for me, but I feel like I don't relax very well. I will tell you that's one of my challenges and one of my goals is to learn how to unwind. I don't know how to sit still very well, so idle time is not good. I always have this sense of guilt. I don't know. It's it's an issue of mine. I'm working through it, but
good. I
need to learn how to just stop and relax and show appreciation for those kind of moments better than I do, to be honest with you.
Well, what you're doing in the world of education, especially in America, is very noble, and we premier speakers is just overwhelmed with how well you do every time you go out and speak. And thank you so much for your time, Kim. I hope you have a restful rest of your break, however long that may be. And thank you again.
Thank you, Ryan.
All right. Have a good day.
You too.